hello. What is going on, y'all? What is going on? What's your name? Right off bat, boom. My name is Jonathan. But you can just call me Presence. How do I see the comments? Wait, why'd they go away? Why did they go away? See, I'm used to streaming on the Rodeo app for YouTube. This is what I did last time when I did like my first live ever, which was last month. But I got a new phone. You could probably see the quality's a lot crisper. You know, you could see all the acne a little bit better. You know, get a nice little view of that. But yeah, so I have an app for streaming on my phone, my other phone, but I didn't want to stream on there because that phone is, I don't know. I think Apple nerfs their phones when new ones come out, or maybe that phone's just old and it's lost a lot of its battery lifeage. But that thing dies immediately when I'm trying to go live. That's what it was doing last time, and it's just an inconvenience. But also, like this, I could stream landscape on the app. I had to stream like this, but that gave that cool feature where you guys were able to call me. So I won't be able to do that this time. That was really fun when you guys were calling in. Might have to go live on Instagram or something later because I do like talking to you guys, and Instagram has that as an option. Someone asked how old I was. I'm 18. Self-growth. You guys probably saw the title of this stream, self-growth. I just, it's hitting me. I'm an adult, and I am figuring out just what I want to make of my life. I know that I still got a lot of life ahead of me and all that stuff, but this is really the beginning of me choosing my path. I have so much freedom, like I'm still living with my parents, and of course they have house rules and whatnot and some things that I got to do. But it's like if I really wanted, nothing's stopping me from leaving, going somewhere, moving out of state, renting somewhere, buying a house, doing all these things and making all of these choices that you don't have the opportunity to do when you're 17 or younger. So of course there's that aspect of growing in an age sense, but also, I'm just really trying to grow as a person. And I think that's what you guys will see in the video that I have coming out later today. I see a lot of people think it's a song. Like, I can't wait for the new song. It's not a song. It's something, at least to me, much more special. It's actually me telling you guys about me for the first time, because I feel like you guys don't really know who I am as a person. And so it's this kind of spoken word type of deal where I just talk, and I open up in a sense that I never have before, because I've opened up within my music about certain things. Of course, a lot of the sad parts of my life and whatnot, but I really want to start letting you guys into a different kind of relationship with me, where it's not just like, oh, I'm the guy who makes music and that's what you know me for, but you just know me. You know Jonathan, not just Presence. And so I really wanted to start doing a lot more spoken word stuff and a lot more stuff where I just get to interact with you guys and talk with you like I am right now. I never could vlog. I'd never be able to do that, walk around with the camera and be like, hey, what's up, guys? So today, no, I couldn't do that. But I don't know, just I feel like spoken word, talking over these instrumentals, which I already have because I make music and stuff. And so actually the beat that I'm talking over, here's a little thing that just you guys will know. The beat that I'm talking over in this video that I have coming out actually is for my next song that I have coming out, which will be in maybe a month-ish. No exact timetable, because it still is yet to be mixed and mastered. But yeah, I'm gonna be talking over just an instrumental and shedding some light into my mind, into actually the things that I think about, and that should be a cool journey moving forward. I'm gonna start reading some of your guys' comments. Big O, they put the ghost filters. People are asking if I got Snapchat. I don't got Snapchat. It's just, I never felt the need for it because by the time I went onto Instagram, they were Instagram stories. And so I was just utilizing Instagram in that way. A lot of you don't know this because I've told this to my Instagram following, but a lot of you probably just know me from YouTube. I was not allowed to have any social media for a long time, and I was not allowed to make an Instagram, nothing, until I had a video hit 1 million views on YouTube, and then my parents were like, "Oh snap, this is actually something big. People want to see you on these other platforms," and that would probably help me grow, of course, because people are already pretending to be me on these social media platforms. So why would I not go on there and be myself? And so that was when I was 15 years old, and then so that was 3 years ago. Instagram had already stolen Snapchat stuff by then, and so I never went on to Snapchat. People have told me about it. I actually, I will not lie. Now that I thought about it, I have downloaded Snapchat. I don't use it. I downloaded it just to use the filters a little bit. Couple months ago, maybe they added in the anime filter, and I wanted to see what I would look like as an anime character, so I did download Snapchat for that sole purpose. So if you wanted to add me, you could, I guess. It's just presence.snap. I should have been more creative with it and did presence_snaps. I thought about that afterward because my Instagram was presence_raps, and so presence_snaps would have been little more creative, but I wasn't planning on showing anybody. I just wanted to use filters and let my little cousins use the filters on my phone whenever they were bugging me to use my phone. So yeah, let's see. I guess I could start talking to you guys about some of the stuff that I talk about in the video or now. I don't know if you guys got any questions for me. I'll answer some questions for you guys. I don't want to give away too much because I feel like a lot of the questions that you guys will ask me will be answered within the video that I make or that I made and is coming out. And okay, maybe not because I'm getting a lot of questions and I guess I didn't answer some of these. So what state do I live in? I live in California. Live in California, Southern California specifically. I've lived here my whole life. My family migrated here 100 years ago, at least from my mom's side of the family, and we've been here, same county, ever since. Did you play DS? Oh my gosh, I did. I think I might have my DS in here actually. Maybe not though. I'm gonna. If it's in here, it's gonna, oh crap, whoops. It's gonna be in here. Oh, here we go. Oh crap, it's stuck. One of my signed CDs. Okay, boom. I got the 3DS right there. I'm gonna pull out some of my games. Yes, DS, I loved the DS when I was young. I actually didn't play too much stuff. I got a DS pretty much solely for Pokemon. I loved Pokemon when I was younger. I bet you that's the game in here right now. I'm gonna check. Yeah, boom, what is it? Soul Silver? It is. I could tell just from the top. Boom, Pokemon Soul Silver. Yes, I loved Pokemon when I was younger. That was, I'd wake up every Saturday morning. I played basketball before I did music and stuff, so that was my main thing. I had basketball tournaments and all that. And I would wake up in the morning, 8 a.m. I'd have games later in the day, tournaments and stuff, but I'd always wake up early so I could watch Pokemon and Beyblade, because those came out on Saturdays in the AM. I don't know if Ben 10 came out in the mornings on Saturdays. If that was another day, I'd watch Ben 10 too. But Pokemon and Beyblade were my main things when I was younger. Someone said, "Yeah, they had the DSi." Yes, I had. Every time there was a new one, I got it because they wouldn't make the Pokemon games for the old gen things. So I had a regular DS, I had a DSi, and then I got the 3DS when it came out. And now I don't have a Switch. I don't have a Switch, so I don't play Pokemon anymore. But who knows? Maybe that will be my next investment. Maybe I'll make a video of me playing the Nintendo Switch so I could use that as a tax write-off. What's your relationship status? I addressed that in the video coming out in about an hour. So just watch that. It's very brief. It's like 2 seconds, but I let you guys know because I know a lot of people are dying to know, and that's something that I've never really talked about before, never really shared. You guys just kind of get glimpses of my love life through songs and stuff, but even with that, I sporadically release songs like out of order. So either I wrote a song a long time ago and then I finally release it, or I just write a song about an experience that I had a long time ago. So because there's not that much going on in my life at the moment, I gotta write songs about something, and so I usually end up writing about just past experiences because that's still inspiration. That's still things that happened to me. So yeah, don't ever use my songs as like a reference of where my love life is at that moment, because I could release a love song and not be in a relationship, or I could release a song about being heartbroken and be the happiest that I've ever been in a relationship. So, but you guys will hear. You guys will hear. Do you have anxiety or depression? Anxiety for sure. For sure. I don't. Yeah, no. My anxiety. Yeah, that's been since I was young. I remember being in 6th grade. I missed 3 months of the school year because I couldn't handle it. I would have panic attacks, and then I developed something which is called a habitual cough, where I'd feel sick, I'd get sick, but it was like I just keep coughing and just out of like a way to escape a situation, and so the doctors thought I was like so sick. They didn't know what was wrong with me for the longest, and I was out of school for a couple months. I remember my class, they made me a poster and everything, hoping, wishing me well and for me to get back. I guess they put like somebody like drew my face and put it on my desk where I sat. But I have learned to live with it, to deal with it, and to really just take a step back. I mean, that's the biggest thing that you can do when you're dealing with anxiety or a panic attack. It's just like, and obviously it's easier said than done. Right now it's easy to say just take a step back, but when you're in it, you have to be mentally prepared beforehand to know when you get into that state, like, this isn't me right now, this is the anxiety, I'm being irrational right now. So that's probably the biggest thing that I've had to learn, is just that because of my anxiety, I'm often very irrational. A lot of the things that I think about or I worry about, I stress about, it's just not things that are realistically going to I don't know, if you have anxiety, you understand, and so it's understanding your own irrationality so that when you get there, you can tell yourself like, this is irrational, this isn't real, and you just have to learn to live through it, But yeah, if you guys have any other questions about that, that's kind of a brief rundown of, somebody just asked if I have anxiety or depression, and I went into that long thing. So, but if you guys have any other questions or anything like that about that specifically, feel free to let me know. I'd love to answer your guys' questions and stuff. And obviously, I'm going to say this though. I'm going to say this. A lot of people ask me, and have asked me for a long time, reach out to me and say, you know, how do I get through this? How do I deal with this? Can you help me with this? Can you give me advice with this? And I would love to, but the honest answer is, like, I'm not God. You know, I don't have the answers to everything. I can't just tell you this is what you need to do with this situation. I can give you some type of insight, but that might not work for you. Everybody is different. Everybody has different thoughts and a different perspective, goes through different experiences life differently. So what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. And also, I'm only 18. You know, I haven't gone through a ton of life experience, so a lot of things I wouldn't even know how to address. Uh, I will say though that I actually feel comfortable giving advice now and not feeling like crappy about it, because there was a point where, you know, people were asking me for advice, and it's like, what am I supposed to tell you? Like, I'm still dealing with this myself. But I am at a point now where I'm in a much better mental state, but I know what it feels like to not be there. And so, and to like progress out of it. And so that's why now I feel more comfortable actually telling you guys, you know, this was my experience. This is how you get better. And it's going to get better. And actually providing some type of insight in that sense, and actually knowing that there's some truth to it because I've gone through it myself. Thank you guys for all the comments about my eyes. Appreciate it a lot. I think it's just good lighting, but yeah. I have OCD, but I'm getting better. That's what I like to hear. See, that's all you could do. And that is what I honestly feel like life comes down to. That's what life comes down to. It's just getting better. It's improving. It's moving forward. You know, life would be so boring if we just had everything figured out. You know, there was no growth. There was no opportunity for you to improve in any aspect of where you're at. So that's, I mean, I say that too in the video that's coming out in an hour. So you guys got to watch that. You guys got to watch that. But there's so much life to live. You know, I could live 100 years and not experience, you know, everything that this life has to offer. And I know that when I die, I'm not gonna die perfect. You know, so why would I expect to be perfect now? I'm gonna be 80 years old one day and still not have all the wisdom in the world. So, you know, but I'm going to continuously try to get to a point where I have more and more wisdom, and I know more about myself and an understanding for others around me, and just improving, getting better, learning to deal with my anxiety. In your case, dealing with your OCD. That's what it's about. You know, it's about getting through it and the fulfillment that comes from that. It's about the journey, really. You know, we're in the body right now. You know, there's in every story there's an intro, there's a body, and there's a conclusion. You know, the intro obviously would be like the day we're born, or even prior to us being born. And then, but you know, just like any story, the body of it takes up the biggest proportion of it. So you got to learn to love the body, you know, because if you don't, and you're just looking towards the end, that's a sliver, you know. And that goes not just with life, but just like your goals in life. You know, if I just like right now with my music, I there's no cap, to where I could go. Um, and I don't really put a cap on myself where like this is where I want to be. I have goals. I set goals for myself. Like I want to accomplish this. I want to accomplish this. But there's no like complete end goal, um, because I know it's just not realistic to get there and then be like, oh, everything is okay now because I finally made it to this spot in life. Um, but I feel like that's what so many people do, not just with music, but with any type of career choice they make in life. It's always about getting to a certain point, and people end up holding off on their satisfaction now, their happiness now. Every people push away feeling content with life because they're imagining this unrealistic uh, ending where that's why people end up in college and they go through college and they're miserable, but it's like, oh, but I'm gonna get a job one day, and then when I get this job, and then they have that job, and then they're working 9 to 5, and then they're miserable. And I'm not saying this is for everybody. Somebody might enjoy this. This is just an example. um, and it's like, I'm gonna get married, and then I'm gonna have kids, and this is what's going to, and yeah, but then they get there and it's like, what now? What do I do now? And so that's why my big thing now is just taking life for what it is, and uh, enjoying what you have now, because there's no sense in trying to predict the future, because you don't know. Obviously the chances are low, and you don't want to think like that. But I could die tomorrow. You could die tomorrow. And if I died tomorrow and I wasn't enjoying my life now, what would have been the point? Um, so I think that's it's just a big thing, accepting life for what it is, and of course, obviously trying to improve, always trying to get better. But um, sorry, I'm getting distracted. My cousins just got here. I don't know if they're staying the night or what, but they're outside. So that was my bad. I was like looking off into the distance. Um, so yeah, I'd say it's you gotta take what you got and learn to love that. Learn to love yourself. Please say I love you. I love you. There you go. Boom, right there. Um, what else? I guess I could keep going. I called this self growth or self betterment. I don't remember exactly what I titled this live, but I could keep going in that direction, I guess, or answer some of your questions. Someone asked, "How has COVID affected you?" Honestly, and I say this with the most with empathy, because I understand the effect that this has had on the world on a mass scale. But for me individually, this has not changed my life that much, because I already have been an introvert. I already did not leave the house that much, and so somebody telling me that I gotta stay home, uh, that did not do much. That did not really hinder my experience too much. I won't say that it didn't affect me at all, um, because obviously COVID has affected every single one of us, in some type of way. There were people that I didn't get to see. One person in specifically, that is wrong. In specific, one person specifically, uh, who I was not able to see for a bit, and that really sucked. That really sucked. That was probably the toughest part, not being able to see my person. Um, but made it through that, And I got more time with my parents, I will say though, and for a lot of people, I know that was a hindrance for in terms of their experience for the year. They had to, spend all this time with their parents, and their parents are grouchy and yelling at them, and that just wasn't the case for me. That wasn't the case. I have a pretty good relationship with my parents, and so uh, it was cool to have them home. Um, I know that they loved it. I think that was the coolest part, was just seeing how they enjoyed the time, because I saw on the outside, or my parents' friends and just people that I know, uh, their relationships were like falling apart, not because they were apart, but because they were together for so long, and they just could not deal with their husband or their wife. And my parents, they have never been happier just being together. And so for me, that was just a really cool thing to actually see and to learn from, because obviously that's what I want for my own life. I want to have that with my future wife, that type of relationship. And so obviously there's negatives and positives to everything, and that's why I'm not like, oh my gosh, this was obviously, it was a horrible year for the world. That's why I'm trying to say things to, in a way that it doesn't come off like I don't understand, because this is terrible for the world. But for you as an individual, or for me as an individual, all that I could do is, you know, uh, just what I was saying before, take what it is for what it is, and um, understand that, like, this was terrible. There were bad things that happened around me, but and learn from those, and then there are also really great things that I could learn from and just appreciate as well. Just because the year as a whole was not great, there were still great parts of it that I really do appreciate, and that I'll look back on forever and say, man, remember that? Remember in, just FaceTiming every single day in 2020 because we didn't get to see each other, and that just made us so much closer. Or, man, mom, dad, remember when we were together in 2020 and, we just had all this time together? Uh, Thanks for the $5, Dwayne. That's cool. You didn't have to do that, but it does mean a lot, I will say. Um, any type of contribution always, it's always super cool for me to see, because obviously you guys don't know me really. I'm just a person on a screen, but I do appreciate it. What was I saying? I was talking about 2020. Yeah. So you have to realize that there's good and bad in every story, and that's what makes life life as well. I keep saying that about a lot of things, but that's the thing. There's so many things that make life what it is, and it's just learning to appreciate all of that. It's learning to um, appreciate that I've made it through this year without getting COVID. That is something that is, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, well, not cool, but like that's something that I'm grateful for. I didn't go through that. Um, I got to spend time with my family. I got to grow closer with people in a different type of way, because there were people that I had to actually FaceTime and make an effort to see, instead of just like, oh, I see you at school every day. Um, and so the way that I look at it, I guess this is in a grand sense. Uh, I'm happy with where I'm at now, you know. But I understand that every single part of life led me into where I'm at now. That's the thing. People, it's that whole like, what if one thing changed type of deal. Because every single moment affects every single moment after that, whether you realize it or not. It's your mind is learning new things, it's hearing new things, you're growing in new ways, and that's affecting the way that you respond to the environments around you, make new decisions, have different thoughts, act on those thoughts, and end up in the place that you're currently at right now. And for me, I'm happy in the place that I'm at right now. And so I can't look back on anything that happened negatively and say, damn, I wish that didn't happen. Or man, I wish I didn't do that. Because I had to go through those things in order to uh, get to where I am. So, and I'm still learning. I'm still growing. Obviously, I don't have it all figured out, um, but I am just learning to be content. That's all you could do, you know. Bradley2916 subscribed. Hey, thank you. That's cool. I didn't realize that it shows me when people subscribe. That's really cool. Oh, Homo Sapiens commented. Congrats on all your good work, man. You're amazing. I appreciate that. Thank you, Homo Sapiens. What made you want to make music? I was singing in choir from 2nd grade. There was always a big production in at my church where it was just kids. It was K through 8, and they were actors, and there was a choir, and so it was a play. There was a performance with a story being told, being acted out, and then there were songs. There were different solos and choirs, and it was just a show. You would do it every Easter, every Christmas, and my first one was when I was 2nd grade, Easter times. The Sermon on the Mound was and it was about like a baseball thing. I don't remember the exact storyline, but you get the reference. Sermon on the Mound, and then Sermon on the Mound with baseball, because the baseball mound. And that was first time singing. Remember, I did not want to do it before that, but my cousins were doing it, and I ended up getting wrapped into it. I ended up actually really enjoying it. And then from there, I was doing a lot of singing. I started acting in the plays and stuff. That became what I was more passionate about. And then when I got to middle school, I really started getting into just different musicians, like individual musicians, as opposed to just like, oh, I'm hearing music on the radio. It's like, oh, I actually know who this artist is, and I enjoy their music. And I feel like that always grows your experience as a music listener and as someone who is a creative. And then when I was in high school, I was playing basketball, and me and the coach ended up having a falling out, me and the high school coach. And then I ended up transferring schools. I ended up going to a performance arts school. And then I just ended up delving deeper into music because they had a choir there. So obviously I did choir growing up, 2nd grade through essentially 8th grade. And then I joined the choir at school. From there, I started my YouTube channel. December of 2016, my freshman year at high school, and uploaded a video of me rapping. Obviously, I was singing in choir, but I enjoyed rappers. Those were the artists that I enjoyed, and so that's what I did with my first video. Obviously, now I do a lot more singing than I do rapping, but yeah, that was how it began. So I mean, there wasn't really an individual moment that I was like, it just clicked, It wasn't like a movie scene where I'm like, oh, I'm destined to be a musician. It was just little by little, as all of those life experiences building up into me eventually choosing this as my path. And it just worked out that you guys really responded well with the music that I was making. I don't know if I would still be doing this if nobody was listening to my music when I first started. And obviously I can't say that for certain, and I don't want that to sound like, oh, I don't do it because I love the music. Obviously I love the music, but in the beginning when I first started, it's really was a boost of confidence and a boost of encouragement that people were responding well to it and listening. Um, and it didn't feel like I was just like doing this for nobody, not just myself, you know. So, yep. I think just like with anything, it all was a combination of things uh, leading up into where I would go with music. Favorite car video? Oh man, that's actually a question that I've never gotten before. I think maybe someone's probably asked it, and I've never answered it in the comments or just didn't see it. I mean, but my favorite people always ask me what's my favorite song by myself, but not just specifically what's your favorite car video. That was man. So whoops, I fell. I at least was under my bed. Okay, keep getting distracted. It's so hard to say, man, but I think I'm gonna go with Too Good at Goodbyes. Just because that one was that wasn't really the turning point, but that was another step forward. I feel like my Carry On remix was a huge step forward from that video before it, because Jocelyn Flores, that's the first video of mine, just blows up. It explodes, right? And I did not like that video. That's probably my least favorite video by myself because it's so viral, and I do not think I sound good at all in it. But I had to go through. I needed that. I needed to realize, holy crap, people are watching, people are listening, to really take the next step with my music. And so at that point, I'm just listening to beats all day long. I'm walking around school, not talking to anybody. I'm just trying to come up with different flows, different lyrics and whatnot. And then I released the Carry On video, and I feel like that was a huge improvement from the Jocelyn Flores remix. But then the next one is Too Good at Goodbyes, and I feel like that was another huge step in my just it was like I evolved as a Pokemon, The Jocelyn Flores, and it was within a couple weeks span, where the Jocelyn Flores was just base. I was, the base starter Charmander, and then, I evolved, and then eventually I was Charizard by the Too Good at Goodbyes video. And so that one, just because I really love the combination of singing and rapping, and I feel like that really was the first time that I was able to showcase, what I like to do now, which is singing and rapping, and not just being like, oh, the guy who raps in the car, but like, oh my gosh, he could sing too, and he could go back and forth. So that was a cool one for me. But I don't know, it always changes. I won't watch the car videos for months, and then just random nights I'll be on my laptop, and then I'll go back and listen to them all and be like, man, these were actually really good. So that's always a cool feeling. It's hard to pick a favorite, but I think that's what I would say. And I think it's like becoming the most popular one for a reason. Have you deleted Last Christmas? I did. It got copyrighted, and I just didn't want to deal with all that. And so, yeah, that one's not on YouTube anymore. I think people have reposted it on Instagram and stuff, so I'm sure there's somebody in the comments who screen recorded it and could send it to you. I don't know. But yeah, the Last Christmas one is no longer on YouTube. Someone said, I have it. Yep, there you go. Carrie Fitzsimmons has it. Country you would like to travel to? I would like to travel everywhere. I say that all the time, and people always ask me this question, and I always say I'd like to go everywhere. But that's the truth. But I'll give you a different answer. I want to travel everywhere with someone. That's the thing too. I guess it could be cool to go by myself, but I feel like it would be a much cooler experience to actually travel the world with somebody and have that connection with them and the land and just the people around you, and that's something that you could share with somebody else and talk about forever. uh, and talk about with each other, and you don't feel like you're just like bombarding other people with your life experiences. Like, let me tell you about this because I just need to talk about it. Um, so, preferably the love of my life, I'd like to travel the world with. But, who knows? But a country in particular, I guess. Sheesh, man. There's so much world, you know. Um, but of course, like basic answer would be like London or something like that. But yes, there you go. I want to go everywhere. What's your favorite fast food? I'm Cali. I'm from Southern California. Come on, In and Out. In and Out is the only right answer for a Southern Californian. But then also, yeah, just In and Out. Of course, there's others. I like the habit. I like the habits, and I like my guilty pleasure is Taco Bell. I will. There's a lot of fast food places I won't eat, like Burger King in Carl's Jr., which on the East Coast is Hardee's, and um, there's just a lot. I won't eat most fast food, but Taco Bell is a guilty pleasure of mine. What is your favorite song that you made? The one that comes out, one you guys haven't heard yet. That's the thing. My answer to that question always evolves every time I put out a new song, because anytime that a new song comes out, that just becomes my favorite, not because it's the newest, but because I always try to. Now maybe it is because it's the newest, but I just my it it's the closest to me at the time. And so right now my favorite song is a song called um, Divine Nature. Divine Nature. And that is yet to be released, but it will be released eventually. And I hope that it becomes your guys' favorite song too until the next one. But so out of my songs that I've released, obviously it's not Christmas season anymore, but the Coat Rack, because that was the newest, and I thought that that really explored a territory that you guys have never seen me in musically, where it's just me singing over the piano. And obviously I did that with My Love, but I feel like my vocal just completely improved since then. And then I hit you guys with that. We had in this season last year, dancing to the snow, singing how Christmas was near. Like that. When I did that, when I sang that in the microphone and I listened back to it, it was like, oh my gosh, why have I not been doing this? People have been telling me like, go, like, stop holding back with your voice, like push forward with it. And then I finally did it, and at first it felt uncomfortable, but then I did it and I loved it. And then that transitioned into that electric guitar, and that was just the coolest thing for me. So the Coat Rack I really love. If you haven't heard it, you should go listen to it. It's kind of a Christmas song, but I tried to make it so that you could listen to it whenever. Thank you, Joel Carlson, for the uh, 50 SEKs. I'm not sure what currency that is, but it shows up as $6.09 on my end, so I appreciate that. He asked, "Is God the key to self growth? Tell me about your journey with Him." Okay, I'm gonna be transparent with you. I don't, and I know a lot of you guys are not gonna like this answer, because of the I don't know. I know a lot of you probably are, you know, have some type of religious backing, but I don't think necessarily that God is the key to self growth, because uh, there are plenty of non religious people who are completely content with life, who I've seen grow in incredible ways. And have just an amazing soul, and they have their own purpose, you know. So I don't think that there's one way to live life. I don't think that that there's one set course for everybody, um, because like, you know, you talk to so many different people, and they all, you know, two people could have two different, completely different perspectives, with the worldview, with the outside the worldview, you know, which would be, you know, religion would be God, and one could believe in him, one could not, and the they could both be equally happy, or you know, people who don't necessarily have a relationship with God are still, uh, could be even happier, more content with life. And I feel like that's what growth is. But obviously, everybody has different ideas of what self growth is, because everybody has their own perspective of life. And so for me, self growth is just learning to be happier with myself, learning to love myself, learning to love life, just enjoy the little things, the simple things in life. For another person, self growth might be, you know, growing closer within, um, within their religion, growing closer to God as a Christian, or, you know, to Allah as a Muslim, and that's what their definition of self growth is. And so for that person, obviously God would need to be in the picture uh, for that. But from my point of view, no, that is not the key. At least the key alone. I know that's helped for a lot of people. I know a lot of people who, uh, you know, their religion, their relationship with God and whatnot, that gives them a sense of security, a sense of peace. And so, but, you know, that might not be for somebody else. I also know a lot of people who grew up in the church, and that completely deplenish their development as a human being, because they had horrible experiences in the church. And so, you know, I'm not going to say for that person, like, oh, yeah, that was what led them to um, self growth. When a lot of people that I know had to actually get out of that environment in order to actually grow. Um, so, yep, I wouldn't even say controversial. I don't even care. Everybody has different views and whatnots, and that's me. That's to answer uh, your question of, yeah. This guy really wants to know if I like Pop Smoke's music. I do like Pop Smoke's music, actually. I know the first song that I heard from Pop Smoke was "Welcome to the Party." Um, that was maybe 2 years ago. I want to say yeah. If I don't know, maybe no, but it was not that long ago. But it was when the song came out. Like close to that. Um, and I remember the first time I heard it, I actually did not really like it too much, if I'm being honest. But it definitely, I understood it the more that I listened to it, and his sound and whatnot. So that was yeah. R.I.P. Pop Smoke. I do enjoy quite a few of his songs. When's the new song dropping? Um, I don't know. I don't know if I want. I kind of want to release an EP. I kind of want to finish a few songs and then put out that together and let that be a project. And but I don't know. I might release a few songs, get a few songs prepared to release. Um, I'm also contemplating just what I'm gonna do uh, within the realm of releasing. You know, am I gonna stay independent forever, or is this the time to sign a record deal? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I've been figuring it out for a bit now. And I keep going back and forth. Part of me is like, keep your independence, John. You know, you don't have to work for anybody or be binded to any contract, and you're your own boss and this and that. But then part of me is like, I think it would be cool to reach a wider range of people, reach a broader audience, and potentially make my way into the mainstream, which I believe that I could do. And I know that I have enough leverage to sign a deal. It's just about, you know, making those phone calls, making those emails, getting in the room, and then talking with these people. And so, I don't know. I've been contemplating, and so I also, you know, if that were the case, I'd have to hold on to some songs to have a demo tape and whatnot. Because I will say, record labels have reached out and they ask for demo tapes and stuff, and I just release everything that, I guess not everything, but obviously everything that I'm proud of. Like I've never been the person to just hold on to songs, to just send them to good songs, to just send them to a record label when they just hopefully one day reach out. No, if I finish a good song, like I can just release it when I want, which is usually just like a couple weeks after I finish it. So that's a cool part about being independent is that I could do that. But there's obviously benefits to signing a deal, and different hindrances. So we'll see what happens with that. What's some advice you would give to those struggling? I was talking about that earlier. But really, you know, I went into that with a lot more depth earlier. I'm not sure if you could rewind the live if you want to do that and find that part. But the gist of it is just learning to understand that it's being prepared for your irrationality. You know, and obviously that sounds like rude or whatever, you know, to call somebody irrational, but that's what happens when you're, you know, in a state of anxiety or depression, is that your mind is no longer rational. It switches a flip. Flip is what the heck am I saying? It switches you know, like a switch, like a light switch, and you know, you just have to be prepared and understand what you're working with. You know, you got to know what you're dealing with and know how to actually deal with it when you get to those states, living through it. So thank you, XX Joyous XX, for getting my merch. Said I got your merch. I'm super excited to get it. Thank you. Means a lot. Appreciate that. If you haven't gotten my merch, you can get it if you want. I don't know. I was gonna say you should get it, but you don't got to. I'd appreciate it. Obviously, I'd appreciate it a lot. I'm just gonna get it out of my closet right now, but I cannot even find it in here. Got so much stuff in my closet. I need a bigger closet. Someone said I'd recommend getting the merch. It's great. Hey, I appreciate that. If you were able to help someone that just started making their own music, would you help them? Yes, I would. But I don't know what that's leading into. But I cannot help every single one of you with your songs. I'm sorry. A lot of people send me their music. Hey, can you listen to this? Can you? And I will listen to some of them, but I make my own music. I'm not necessarily a music reviewer, and so I can't just listen to and help everybody with their songs. But I will say that it has been really cool helping my cousins, Charisma and Clarissa, work on their own music for the first time. They are 7 and 8 years old. I'll show you guys their song actually right now. That'll be a cool thing. I have been working with them on, so obviously they're just beginner level, making music, and so working with them and helping them make songs has been a super cool experience because it's really brought me back to just like the beginning, and just they're kids, they just get to be kids still, and this gets to be a part of their life. They get to have me to help them. I didn't have anybody to like necessarily help me writing songs and improving, how to write lyrics, how to structure them, and finding different beats and stuff like that. I had to figure that all out myself, really, and so it's cool to be there for them and to be that. I'm going to show you guys this right now. Gotta go to the unlisted videos on my YouTube channel. Gotta go manage videos. Give me a second. All right, here it is. You guys gonna start crying. I swear. That's good. Run. Oh, whoops. All right, let me start. That's good. Run. I gotta close this window. Give me a second. It's gonna be a glare on the window, so there's gonna be like lines. Might mess up the lighting a little bit, but it'll be okay. It's okay. All right, let me show this to you guys. I made this for them, with them for Christmas.
I want to say I love you, no matter what happens. We're gonna have each other until the very end. Our hearts will beat together, we'll hold each other's hands. From now until forever, you're the one I understand. So take me somewhere far away. So take me somewhere far away. Oh, take me somewhere far away.
How do I balance this?
Oh, take me somewhere far away. To a place where we can go and be ourselves. And we don't have to worry about anybody else. You're the last person I see before I go to sleep. Always wishing you some sweet dreams. You're the one I really need. You always walk through this life with me. When I'm with you, I feel free. Life is filled with uncertainties, but you're my guarantee. So take me somewhere far away. So take me somewhere far away. Oh, take me somewhere far away. Oh, take me somewhere far away.
Wow, this part always makes me want to cry.
But if we stick together, we'll see. We'll be just fine for eternity. So take me somewhere far away. So take me somewhere far away. Oh, take me somewhere far away. Oh, take me somewhere far away.
Bravo! Yes, sir. Yep, that was the first song that was the first song of theirs. They actually did a lot of it themselves. Your guys' comments were real cool to see that. Only my family saw it so far. Somehow, It has 187 views. It's just unlisted on my channel. So no, only people with the link can actually click on it and view it. I thought about posting it on the channel, but I didn't. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll make a little video explaining that I helped them make this song, and I wanted to share it with you guys because it was a cool project for me to work on as well. Yeah, they are 7 and 8 years old, so I will say that's pretty impressive for a 7 and 8 year old. It actually was mixed and mastered by my buddy Mun. If you guys don't know Mun, you guys should check out his music. He's a real cool guy. He just helped me out with it, just because he loved the idea to, and just the sentiment behind it. Yeah, so take me somewhere far away. We wrote this like last month, beginning of the month. Or maybe it was Thanksgiving Day that we worked on it, and yeah, I think it was Thanksgiving, and then I gave it to him on Christmas. I didn't even think about that. Charisma, the older one, she's 8. She came to me with this song idea out of nowhere. She was like, "You want to write a song?" And, okay. She said, "I want the song to go with the first lyric right here. She came to me with the idea for I want to say I love you." That was it. She said, "I want to say I love you." That's what I want the song to be called, but that's just what we ended up starting it with. And so it was, "I want to say I love you." And obviously everything just grew from there. It was really cool. It took us like an hour just sitting on their in their room on one of their beds and brainstorming ideas. And then I got them all in. I got them both in here, recorded in my room with a little home studio setup, and that's what we came up with. And then I shot it over to Mun, and he did his thing. So yeah, it was cool. I also I've always wanted to make pop music, but I don't know. They are a much better fit to do that. So I'm also vicariously living my dream of being a pop star through them. What's the songwriting process like? Man, it just depends. That's the thing. Like I don't have a set workday schedule. 'Cause you can't force creativity. You can't just sit down and think of something. I would say lately, it has helped to actually get a notebook and a pen and actually write. For a long time, I was just typing everything on a laptop, but I've been getting a lot of inspiration just sitting and not having any distractions and writing poems and spoken word things and then developing that into songs. But it just depends. Sometimes you have an instrumental and you say, you get inspired from it. A lot of times I'll just look for beats online and then I find something that, just really connects with me and I write something to it. And then other times, like the coat rack, that started with the lyrics. That was a song idea. I knew I wanted to make a Christmas song, and I knew I wanted to make it kind of fit my style of not necessarily just being this yippity, like, oh my god, Christmas is here, but kind of put in my own little twist. And so obviously, you guys know the video, the saddest Christmas song you've ever heard, but it was I was trying to think all a couple of days. All I'm thinking about is, what do I say in this song? How do I make a Christmas, like a sad Christmas song, essentially? And then getting ready for bed. I already brushed my teeth, washed my face, everything. I'm getting in bed, and then it hits me like, you left your coat here last Christmas after we saw all the lights. Now it's sitting on the coat rack, waiting for you to come back. But we both know you never will. Boom. That's it. That's it. Yeah, and I no longer was going to sleep after that. I popped up out of bed, grabbed my phone, opened voice memos, put that in there before I forgot, typed out all the lyrics, and then reached out to my buddy Swens, to my Shia, and the producer for that song. And I'm like, I gotta, we gotta make this song. And then he added the piano over it, and we worked on that, and it was a really cool experience. But yeah, that's so it just depends. The songwriting process, there's no set thing. Thank you for the $5, Giovanni. I can't wait for your new song. The post you put on Instagram, those first few lines, bro. I highly respect you, your intellect at your age. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The song that so today in 15 minutes, new video coming out. It's not a song. It is a spoken word, I could say. It's somewhat storytelling. It's something that I want to do more of. You guys will understand what I'm saying when you see the video. And my next song that's coming out, I'm still working on that one on my Instagram. I know which one you're talking about, Giovanni. I'll show you guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm going to grab my notebook. Wherever it is. Okay, here it is. Boom. Right here. Where the magic happens. All right. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. So this is all you saw on my Instagram. You got all this now. I would sing to you guys right now, but I've been talking for over an hour now, and I've completely lost my voice. I do not know how people do this like every day, how they just live stream on Twitch and all that. Because this is completely killing my voice. I need some water or something. But yeah, that is. I could read the lyrics to you. I do kind of want to show you what it's supposed to sound like, though. Ooh. I don't know if you guys could hear the beat or whatever. What if I told you that I never wanna speak again? What if I told you that I'm tired of us being friends? What if I told you that you no longer live in my head? I lost myself when we first met, but now I'm me again. It may have taken some time, but now I'm okay. And now I don't have to lie when I look at you and say, I'm finally over you. I'm finally over you. I'm finally over you. I'm finally over you. It's like, I'm finally over you. 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 And man, my voice is killing me. It's supposed to be higher. It's moving in higher range, but I just cannot hit it right now because I've been talking for so long. So I'm the first thing I'm gonna be doing when I finish this live is getting some water. I should have had some water prepared with me right here, just sip up. But didn't do that, and now my throat is dying. I hate it. But thankfully this is almost over because we only have 15 minutes until the new song. Oh, I got a notification from YouTube. Presents premiere in 30 minutes. It will be okay. I did not mean to show you guys. Oh my gosh, why do I do things like that? Okay, you're the best. It's like everyone's song. Wait, hold up. What did Giovanni say? It's like everyone's song. I feel like I'm walking the journey with you because I've been going through similar feelings. Oh no, that just made me tear. I think this next video will have a lot of you crying because like I know a lot of you guys have liked the car videos because they're just like really raw and vulnerable. And just if I'm being honest, I'm tired of them. I don't get the same I don't get the same like fulfillment out of making them, because now I love making I love making actual music. You know, things that there's a lot of layers to, and I feel just super. I don't know. Yeah, just stuff that gets a lot out of me. But so this, my point is, this is maintaining that same vulnerableness, that same rawness that you guys got from the car videos, but in a new sense, and that I'm now really passionate about. I'm still putting out music, of course, all, you know, music. That's my main thing. But I do want to do spoken things where I get to speak with you. And if I'm being honest, like right now we're talking right now, I'm live and everything, and that's cool. But I feel like I really get to share who I am in a greater sense when I write it down. Me, me just talking. You know, right now I'm trying to think before I speak, but a lot of this is just like I'm just talking, I'm just responding, and maybe that does mean you're getting a greater sense of who I actually am on the surface, but really deep down, who I am, I feel like I get to express that more when I write it and I share that. Um, you know, just like anybody, they'd rather, you know, I always see from authors, they make they'll have different interviews and everything, and people are asking them all these questions, and they're just like, just read the book. You know, like I could answer this, but I can't answer it as thoroughly if as I did in the book. That was me sitting down, actually really digging deep, and so that's what I want to do with these spoken videos, where I just get to write it down, and I get to contemplate, and I get to share with you guys, you know, just something that I feel like is really cool. You know, different stories and different life experience, perspectives for myself that you guys wouldn't hear otherwise. So, yep, I'm excited for this new journey. This is the first of many. This is my first video of the year. I have a lot planned for 2020. A lot of things that I want to do. A lot of content that I want to share with you guys. Just art, not even content. I guess that's the thing. I want to stop just pushing out content and start pushing out art. And art is something that I feel like I have to sit down, think about, and put my time into, and with an intent, with being intentional with my art. So yeah, thanks for the $2, Maddie. Thanks for the $2. Oh, did I say? Oh, everyone's saying 2021. Did I say 2020? My bad. Y'all know what I meant. You guys know what I mean. Oh my gosh. Yes, 2021. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh my gosh. I don't need every single person to comment that I misspoke. 2021. My God. 2020 was a long year. Yeah. Okay. It feels like it's still going on. Okay. Yes. Because everybody's commenting 2021 now, and I told you guys I don't need everyone to comment it. Now everyone is going. Anything I tell you guys not to do, you guys are going to do. I should tell you guys like not to love your life, and then maybe you guys will start loving your life or something. I don't know. He's still living in the past. Oh my gosh. I won't do it. Oh my gosh. You guys are funny though. You guys are funny. My voice is still hurting like this. It's still. Oh. 2020 was a long year indeed. Yeah. Man, bored? You're bored of me already? Oh my gosh. You know, honestly, I'm not surprised. I've been here talking. I don't know. You know, for some people, this is probably having the time of their lives because these people love me. If you don't love me like they do, then you're not gonna enjoy this. People are telling me to go. Okay, I'll go get water. But then, we only got. Oh, we still got 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. All right, let me see this. What is? in the future, what are some artists you would want to collab with? Ah, good question. I need water. Okay, I do. All right. Artists I want to collab with: Justin Bieber. If I get a song with Justin Bieber, that mom's out here mopping. I need. Who should I get? Get Chili Willy. Have the Chili Willy cup. I now have water. That's the most refreshing sip of water I've ever had in my life. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my room. I think I actually already had a cup of water over here, so I'm gonna take this one too. And now I have 2 cups of water. So now I got double the water. Oh, never mind. Never mind. My mom is mopping. Okay, I've made it out. I've made it back alive. That was a journey. Someone said you acting sus. Well, my parents were out mopping and stuff, and I'm just going through, passing by with 140 people watching, trying to get some water. Mm. Oh my gosh, I've needed this. Man, that was very much needed. Why are more people watching now that I'm just drinking water? I was talking to you guys for a while. I was talking about some real stuff, having real conversations, or answering not conversations, but and now I'm just here. And people are just here for it. Maybe I should just live stream when they just me drinking water. Go live for 5 minutes and just. Someone asked, "Is my hair fluffy?" Yeah, it's pretty fluffy. Fluff. Let's see. I want to tell you this over the phone because it's a lot about your last song. I shared it with my dad and it hit him hard because his brother. It's always cool when I hear like family stories or just stories of you guys showing people the songs or other people showing you, and so I appreciate that, Giovanni. I'm gonna read your next message. His brother, my uncle, who has been in the U.S. for like many years, went back to Mexico, so my dad got emotional. Hear your Christmas song. Man, but see, that's why I make the songs. You know, I gives people something to feel. I feel like. Obviously, people are like, "Why is this so sad?" and this and that. But it's like, I think it's good to feel things, to actually intake your feelings and think about, what it is that is actually going on deep down inside of you. I hear my mom out here right now. I don't think she's happy with me because she was mopping and then I walked through and I think it left little prints on the floor. And so that's why I was like because I didn't want that to happen. People saying I was acting sus, and that's why. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about the water. No, I was not talking about water. I was drinking water, and then I was talking about the music, and the emotional side of it, and actually just people feeling it, and giving people a sense of I need water. Just a sense of comfort because they know that they're not alone. I said that's a part of the video that comes out in 4 minutes now. I talk about the roller coaster of life. I guess I'll leave you guys off with this because this will lead into my video that comes out right now. It's I said, life's a roller coaster.
Dad and I are going for a walk.
Okay. They're going for a walk, guys. Life's a roller coaster, and if we're gonna take this ride, we might as well enjoy it. And I make my songs the way that I do because I want people to understand that they're not seated alone on this journey, on this roller coaster of life. We're all in this together. We're just one. We're all connected in some way. That's something that I was just thinking about earlier, in the fact that I'm talking to you guys right now, right? 136 of you watching. So 136 of you watching this, is some new perspective for you. This has now entered your mind. Maybe it'll have no effect on it. Maybe it'll have large effect, but little effect, maybe large effect, but in some way this is affecting the intake of your brain in some way, right? And then now there's, let's say each 100 of you has 100 people that you interact with after this, and then now this conversation that I'm having with you guys has affected those people indirectly, and then it's this widespread thing where everybody in the world ends up affecting people that they don't even know, because that's just how it works, so we're all connected in that way. It's like a vine, it's just that ending was terrible. That ending was terrible. I was going on into something very serious, and then I just I don't know what that tells you about me. But I got 1 minute till the video is coming out, so that's a good wrap up. I'll end with the and so yeah, go check out the new video. It's coming out. It's gonna premiere right now. I'm gonna head over to the premiere. Be in the comments over there. Appreciate you guys a lot. Have a good one. That's all for now.